and I just got one more thing to say. How about them Cowboys?
What's going on, Cowboy Nation and Angry Cowboy fans around the world? It's your boy, the Angry Cowboys Fan, back with another video on America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. In this video, I never thought that I would have to do this, but I gotta give my raw and uncut on my own clip that has spiraled out of control over on X. I just edited a clip from the video that I put out about Stephen A. Smith pocket watching Dak Prescott. If you haven't seen the video, I will put the link to the video in the description. Well, as of recording this video, it has reached over 45,000 views and has garnered likes and reposts from certain content creators like Your Guy Next, KD Drummond from Catch This Fade, Cowboys Fan Talk, and CFO's very own J Tuck. So we're going to take a look at that clip and then we're going to come back where I have to unpack my raw and uncut on my own creation. Y'all take a look. Another thing that chaps my ass is when Stephen A. says Dak Prescott hasn't done anything. He hasn't led his team to an NFC championship or to a Super Bowl. Let's flip the script real quick. Let's switch professions from the NFL to journalism real quick. The biggest accomplishment for a journalist is to win the Pulitzer Prize for public service. Stephen A. has not been awarded such an honor. Does that make his career a wash? Is he a bum in the profession of journalism? He is a part of the #1 sports show on television, but he has yet to win the big prize, the Pulitzer Prize. He hasn't even won an Emmy. Do you not pay him when his contract is due based on those two things? Was he willing to sacrifice money or take a pay cut to keep some of the analysts who got laid off of ESPN last year? No, he didn't. So how in the hell could you sit up there and ask Dak Prescott to do something that you wouldn't do? So, as you see, I tried to put Stephen A. Smith in the shoes of Dak Prescott. An empathy exercise, if you will, placing yourself in the shoes of others. Just because Stephen A. doesn't have those awards doesn't mean for a second that he is a bum or he's not good at what he does or that he doesn't deserve the biggest bag that he could possibly get. Stephen A., get your money no matter what. Not getting those awards doesn't mean you shouldn't get what you feel you are owed or deserve. We don't expect Stephen A. Smith to have to sacrifice a dime of his money to pay other analysts on the ESPN roster. Disney has enough money to pay you all handsomely, and the Dallas Cowboys have what it takes to pay Dak Prescott as well. After that clip came out, it was brought to my attention. Shout out to Papa over on X. Stephen A. did, in fact, sacrifice some of his money during the layoffs, and it was mentioned on the Joe Budden podcast. I found that clip, and I want to play it for you guys right now, so we're going to go ahead and play that clip and unpack my raw and uncut on it. Here we go.
Parks closed. Movie theaters closed. ESPN, no live sporting events. We took a tremendous loss. I gave back 15% of my salary. 50% of my salary, okay? Because they come to you asking you, is that something you can do? You're not forced, it's voluntary.
Wait, yeah, what?
That's right. It's not forced, it's voluntarily. They came to me, I was the first one to say, yeah, here you go.
Well, what's the alternative?
Wait, who's coming to me to say that?
Right now, if
the boss?
If you lost
one of the bosses,
you lost a Patreon deal, and you came to us and said, "Yo, shit is tight right now. Would y'all take or consider a pay cut?"
Got it. Right.
And I do it again, and I do it again.
He did, in fact, donate 15% of his salary to the cause, so I want to apologize to Stephen A. Smith for saying that you didn't put any money toward the people being laid off at ESPN, because you did. And that's truly dope. But the overall thing remains. You're not helping these brothers get their money, and your blatant hatred for one team's fans, it kind of sucks. Y'all ready for my raw and uncut? Y'all ready? Here we go. Every year, Cowboys fans have to end the year in disappointment. We have to go before we want to leave. Being eliminated from the playoff contention, knowing that you could have done more to get further in the playoffs. Then sprinkle on a little hate and degrading and disrespect from the other NFL rivals. We have to tune into ESPN to continuously get demoralized at the hands of Stephen A. Don't get me wrong, I love Stephen A's persona on ESPN. I love the animation behind the camera, his story as a journalist, and now one of the biggest personalities in sports commentary. I pray he gets the biggest bag he can possibly get. I wish no ill will toward him. I enjoy a lot of his takes. I even enjoy the takes when the Dallas Cowboys stink up the joint because he has every right to do so and feel that way. It's when he starts talking about Cowboys Nation as being some type of rodent or insect, that a Dallas Cowboy fan is akin to a rat or a cockroach because of the team we choose to represent, echoing something only a small percentage do and make it as if the entire Cowboys Nation does it. As a Dallas Cowboys fan, the words "we're going to the Super Bowl" has never come out of my mouth unless we're actually going to the damn Super Bowl. I watched the 90s Super Bowls. I haven't said it since. Hating on a fan for having a catchphrase or a war cry or a subtitle, "We them boys," that's no different than "who dat" or "keep pounding." But you don't go out of your way to disrespect those teams' fan bases like you do Cowboys Nation. The way Stephen A gets up there and talks about brothers and sisters should get their money, but will put out an entire piece on Dak Prescott and how he should not get $60 million. For someone who says he loves the players and the organization but hates just the fans, how is blocking Dak Prescott from getting $60 million have to do anything with the fans? That's not wanting what's best for the team at the moment. I just don't understand what people don't get. You can't trade Dak Prescott. He is owed $50 million this year and close to $35 million next year if you let him walk. Everyone witnessed what the Cowboys were able to do when we played complimentary football and we were firing on all cylinders. We saw what we were missing on both sides of the ball when we lost. People saw how close the Cowboys were to a possible NFC championship this year. Everyone had the Dallas Cowboys picked to win, but our weaknesses were exposed. Why blow it up when we are just pieces away from where we want to be? Why promote not getting the deal done, Stephen A? I've seen more non-Cowboys fans say, "Well, shoot, keep Dak. That way you won't make it." But there's an underlying reason why Stephen A doesn't like Dak or doesn't want Dak to get paid. There is a reason why Stephen A continuously questioned Micah Parsons about Dak. Why Stephen A has this obsession with wanting to see Dak fail. It's not because you can't stand the fans, Stephen A. It's something different. Cowboys Nation, I feel this is a ploy. This is a weapon used by the Dallas Cowboys front office in order to gain any leverage they can in order to get the cheapest deal done. In this particular instance, Dak Prescott has a ton of leverage in contract negotiations with the Dallas Cowboys, and they're trying to even the playing field. That quote from Jerry Jones saying, "We're only going to go as far as Dak takes us," that wasn't just said. That was placed. It was placed so that if we had an early exit out of the playoffs, the blame could be placed on Dak, giving the front office an in when it comes to contract negotiations. Well, how do we know that you can get us over the hump of the playoffs, Dak? People think it's a game. Just wait until it's truly time to re-sign Micah Parsons. Get ready for more slander in the media. I'm going to pin it right here first. I said it here first. I bet you Jesse Holly's video will resurface during Micah Parsons' contract negotiations. I bet you CeeDee Lamb's attitude during the Green Bay Packers game will resurface during his contract negotiations. Don't let them two continue the attitude, because they will case build against you and unleash it during your contract negotiations. I bet these contract negotiators for the NFL teams are probably like used car salesmen. No disrespect to the agents, but they could sell water to a well. Both sides getting the leverage that they need to go ahead and sit down at the table. Stephen A, I wish you all the success and prosperity in the world. Just don't be a part of helping teams take money out of the mouths of these players and their families to help the owners. These guys work hard for every penny of their money. Don't allow your words to be used as evidence as to why these men shouldn't get paid. This is your boy, the Angry Cowboys Fan. What did you guys and gals think about my video clip? Was it bad? Y'all let me know in the comment section. If you're vibing with the video and want to show the channel some support, hit that like button and share this content. If you're DC for life, win, lose, or draw, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you can stay up to date whenever I go live or whenever I release a video. Stephen A., the Dallas Cowboys are going to use your words in contract negotiations when it comes to Dak Prescott. Don't be that barricade in between the two that the Dallas Cowboys can show your words as an example of not paying Dak Prescott and getting the deal done. We love you at Cowboys Nation, Stephen A., but we hate when you call us rats and roaches. With that being said, this is your boy, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and I'm out.